All right, welcome to part 2 of my playthrough of Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1, Metal Gear Solid. So, I'm going to upload this video twice on this channel. One of them has no commentary, where you could just watch me play the game and watch the story, listen to the story uninterrupted, and then I upload the same thing again, but with my full commentary track included. Inside the previous video, I had played all the briefing videos and I showed you guys how to navigate through the menus. I showed you guys all the additional features that were included for this game and all the versions of the game that was included, being Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid VR missions, whatever the European missions things were called. It was like VR missions but made for the European market. And then there was the Japanese easy version called the Metal Gear Solid Integral version that included an MP5 machine gun with unlimited ammo to make the game easier.
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way up. Just as I expected.
So I'm playing this game after a good break in time. I've played Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 within the last 10 years because I played it on the HD collection for the PlayStation 3. Unfortunately, I haven't played this game in about a decade and a half, if I'm being more realistic. So even I'm gonna have a lot of trouble playing this because I don't remember even some of the most basic of controls. I still remember where quite a few things were. For example, right down there, inside the water, you have a pickup, and then on the opposite side where I was just looking, there's some pickups over there. I like the running credits that are on screen happening as you're actually controlling your character. I think that was super cool for this game and very cinematic. Alright, you see me running around. And I thought for just a moment that you could actually jump up that thing and grab onto that ledge and pull yourself up, but that's not until Metal Gear Solid 2 where that was introduced. You see Snake is still wearing his his aqua suit or his aqua mask or whatever, so that's why his O2 meter lasts so long underwater inside the first part of this game, because he still hasn't taken that off yet. So there's two bad guys roaming around here, and I'm making all kinds of noises and trouble. You see, this guy is completely sick, and he's sneezing all over the place. If you didn't know before, that's completely transferable. If you go up to this guy and you kill him by strangulation, choking him from the back, after you kill him, his cough, his sneeze, whatever, it's contagious, and your character will get it and then start sneezing in front of villains, and even if you're hiding, it's gonna give away your position. So it's best just to leave that sick guy alone. And not touch him at all. So, got both of the pickups, waiting for the elevator to come down. Run past this guy, run past this guy. And my rations are already full. Just hide by the forklift. I thought I could just run on the elevator and have it go up even while I was getting shot at, but don't work that way. Once you're captured, that elevator does not work. So Already died like a wimp and got to start all over again. And sure enough, they put all my pickups back where they were, so you got to go back and get them all over again. And you got to wait the duration for that elevator to come back down again. Look at me making all kinds of noise. It's actually a lot easier just to kill both of these guys than to fool around and take that chance like I did before. I'm just trying to make it through the game for the sake of the story because I love it. But yeah, this is just how I played before, man. Just used to kill everything that moved. Didn't care. Wasn't trying to get a good ranking by leaving X amount of people alive. I just shot my way through the game. That's how I am on most games, especially stealth games. I go through guns a-blazing. This is what I was trying to do the first time. Just run behind the guy and get on the elevator, but I screwed that up pretty bad. Yoji Shinkawa, he's been a part of this series, and Kojima Productions since the beginning. I think that's Kojima's right-hand man, is that guy. Developed by KCE Japan. It stands for Konami Computer Entertainment Japan. There is a Konami Computer Entertainment America, but they didn't make many games, not as much as the Japanese branch. The Japanese division.
It's Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
Thanks to the VR training I did on board the Discovery.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and dry,
The Discovery's
but
a ship,
Bear with it.
if you guys
It's
didn't know,
designed to
by the way.
prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska, you know.
Take it easy, I'm grateful. If it weren't for your suit and your shot, I would have turned into a popsicle out there.
An anti-freezing peptide, Snake. All of the genome soldiers in this exercise are using it.
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Already tested, huh? By the way, how's the diversionary operation going?
2 F-16s just took off from Galena and are headed your way. The terrorist radar should have already picked them up.
I wonder what must be running through this guy's mind. Talking about Snake, of course, when he's looking at Liquid Snake head on and sees somebody that looks exactly like him, and he find out that you have a twin out there, a doppelganger out inside the world, and he's exactly like you, just only a villain. You're out here trying to save the world, and he's out here trying to destroy it. Man, how would you feel if you discovered some shit like that? My mind would be blown.
There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to hurry.
Wow, you must be crazy to fly a hind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. I haven't introduced you two yet. This is Mei Ling. She was assigned to us as our visual and data processing specialist. She designed your codec.
Here
as well
goes
as your
Snake
Soliton radar
making those
system.
sexual references in the
Contact her if
workplace
you have any
again.
questions about either of them.
This will get him fired anywhere else and at any other point in time.
Like yourself.
But it was 1998. It was okay back then.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military technology to be so cute.
You're just
Snake
flattering
used to
me.
hang out with all them producers like Harvey
I know I
Weinstein
won't
and
be
such.
bored for the next 18 hours.
Come on.
I bet he didn't.
I
I
can't
bet he
believe
didn't
I'm
look.
being called a famous solid snake.
Think
But, I'm
back
surprised.
then that in
You're very brainwashed by a
2023,
killer.
Looks like
all
we
this
both
footage
have
would
a
come
lot to
back
learn
up
about each
again, and
other.
it would get him
Yeah.
fired from the
I'm
service.
looking forward to learning about the man behind the legend. But first, let me explain about your Soliton radar system. The bright dot in the middle is you, Snake. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision. Be careful, Snake. The genome soldiers have highly developed senses of hearing and vision due to their gene therapy. Make sure you don't let them see you.
First, I want you to infiltrate the disposal site and look for the DARPA chief.
The DARPA chief was injected with the same
I'm
GPS
trying to think of where
transmitting
else there was
nanomachines
some
as
Mei
you.
Lings.
He should appear on your radar
It seems
as a
like
green
Mei Ling
dot.
is the only
Get
Chinese
whatever
woman in
information you can
any
from him about the terrorists. If he's alive,
movie that
is.
has Chinese people inside of it as the help or the assistant or something.
Snake, your radar isn't affected by the weather, but
It
if
wasn't
you
just his
discover you're an
game
enemy,
and
you won't be able to
Enter
use
the
it.
Dragon, but there was
Yes,
another.
it
There was a
gets
third
jammed
Mei
easily,
Ling that I
I'm
knew of. I can't think of
It's all made from
from where
codec
from
system
right now, but there was a
technology.
third one.
You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be
Just
careful.
little Mei Lings running all over the
Monitoring
place.
Movements by radar, so contact us by codec anytime you want.
Got it. I'll call if I'm feeling lonely.
Seriously, Snake, we're here to back you up, so call if you need some information or advice. I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to record your current status. My frequency is 140.96. It's a dedicated frequency for saving data. Don't forget it.
Remember, except for your binoculars, you're naked. You need to arm yourself with whatever weapons you can find.
I remember. First, I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away. Imagine yourself put in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
She wants it.
I'll hold you to that, Doctor. By the way,
I'd
sorry to
hit that.
disappoint you, but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes
Sexually.
How did you do that?
in my stomach, thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acids.
Cigarettes? How are those going
He's
to
gonna
help
have
You never know.
he's gonna have a good old two-way with Mei Ling and Naomi. They both want it. If they want it, they sure as hell can get it.
There's the front door. It's the fastest way, but there's too much risk of being spotted by the enemy.
I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in. There's one sentry on the left and one on the right. They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
How did you get that scar on your face? Eating pineapple? It's a Scarface reference.
What about the air duct near the door?
There's that air
There should
duct
also be a
right
duct on the
there.
second floor.
Sometimes I use that one, but I mostly go up there to the second floor and use the one that you can't see. It's right around that area.
I can't see it from here.
But I believe it's when you use the air
I'll
duct
let you
that's
decide the best
on the
silhouette.
bottom.
I'm counting on you, Snake.
You get the call from Master Miller. So that's why it's best to use the first floor one, because you get to have that introductory talk with him. I still remember these floodlights, but was trying to time it. And I'm still trying to figure out what feels more comfortable to me playing this game, because you could control Snake with the D-pad and the analog stick, but I don't know which one feels more accurate and or smoother for me. And I'm trying to get this thing right here. I'm not going to get caught, these stun grenades, but I was trying to take a look at this camera in first-person view mode, and I could have swore that this game had a first-person view mode, but just couldn't figure it out for the life of me for the longest. You come down here and get the SOCOM pistol. If you didn't get it here, I think you would have got it when you meet Meryl for the first time. You'd get it at that point, right before you have that mini boss fight with the guards inside the prison cell, inside the brig. I thought I could just go up here and just choke this guy out real quick, and of course he caught me. So then this guy is here, and these guys just come in, so I kill him and just hide out. You see how easy it is for me to get caught on this game. I gotta spend so much time doing evasions. Anyways, I think where was I at? I was mentioning it's hard for me to figure out the button because I haven't played in so long. I could have swore there was a first person view mode, but can't figure out how to do that, so I keep pressing the wrong button. You see, look, I thought that was the entrance, but it's not. Here goes the first mistake I made. I wanted to answer this call, but I pressed the pause button, right? And then I pressed the button for the screen record, because that's the button that you would press the select button in Metal Gear Solid 1 on PlayStation 1. So I was like, okay, let me press this. That didn't work. So I missed that call, completely botched that up. It was not only until I missed about 3 subsequent calls in a row that I figured out, okay, you have to touch the touchpad in the middle of the PlayStation 5 controller in order to answer.
Snake, this is McDonald.
This one was a forced pickup.
Master, what are you doing here?
I quit being a drill instructor, so I moved out here for some peace and quiet. I'm in retirement, just like you. Once in a while, I still help train the Alaskan Scouts.
Passing on the skills to a new generation, huh?
Campbell told me about the situation here.
There's one thing that always not bothered me, but boggled me about the Metal Gear series.
I've lived in Alaska longer than
I think I know the answer, 90%, but you wonder if Snake could see the face of the guy that he's talking to, but I imagine that he could, because why else would Liquid Snake need to put on a disguise if it was just audio only? So you see me messing up. I was trying to use the first person view, so I keep pulling up the weapon. So I keep pulling up the item menu with the scope. And I was trying to make a call to Master Miller again using his frequency, but I pressed the wrong button. I keep pressing the pause button, which is the options button on the PlayStation 5.
I moved the dark machine to the cell in the first floor basement.
What about the vent shaft cleaning?
They just opened the vent covers. They're about to start spraying for rats.
First floor basement ventilation shaft.
Shut those covers as soon as they're done spraying. Also, keep your eye on that woman in the cell. Don't get careless now.
Woman in the cell?
Did something happen?
There's an intruder.
Really?
He's already done 3 people.
He's killed 3 people?
Yeah. Say he's using stealth, too.
Stealth? There's an intruder besides me?
Anyway, I want you to increase the security detail on the chief.
Alright, here we go again. Man, I can't remember what I had already talked about. Inside the previous video I mentioned it, but did I mention it inside of this video that me and my brother, we love these games. And I played it more for the story, and I think I enjoy the story a lot more than him, although he enjoys it too. But he really loves the gameplay of these games, and he was so caught up with the whole series that he would play it and get the big boss ranking, which I don't know anybody else. I haven't met anybody else in my life other than my brother that has been able to do it. So he can get big boss in part 1, which is this Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3. See, I missed another call there because I didn't know the button. I think finally I'm going to figure it out soon. But yeah, I just missed a whole lot of calls because, I mean, those are little small things story-wise. There goes another call. If it really wants you to take it, it'll force the call for you and you just pick up. But I like hearing everything, including the little micro calls that are not like game essential, but I like to listen to those. So I'm sad that I missed those, like the first 4 or 5 calls.
After you've selected the weapon you want, let go of the R2 button to exit weapon mode. The weapon you selected should appear in
So
your
he's
hand. To use the weapon, follow the directions
out of
displayed on the
courtesy
window. If you use
telling
the
you
R1
the controls
button,
about how to
equip your
play the
weapon more
game.
quickly. While you're barehanded, press the R1 button to equip the last weapon you used. Press the R1 button while you're holding a weapon to be barehanded again. Don't fire your gun needlessly or you might be discovered. If you had a gun
Giving a
with suppressor,
tutorial. That's
it
the
would be a
word that I'm
different
looking for.
story.
He's giving a tutorial.
If you have any questions about
Well, I wish he would have gave a tutorial about how to go into first person view mode and how to answer the codec, because he really did hurt me. No response. I accidentally went the wrong way. I'm supposed to go to 141.52.
This is Nastasha Romanenko. A pleasure to work with you, Solid Snake.
You're the nuclear specialist that the Colonel mentioned?
Snake is excited about her too. She's number 3 that he wants to bang out.
I am also a military analyst, so I have an extensive knowledge of weapons.
Ukraine in the building.
They asked me to participate in this operation as a supervisor from the Nuclear Emergency Search Team. I was happy to accept. We must not allow terrorists to get their hands on nuclear weapons of any kind. I hope I
Yeah,
can
tell
help
that to
you
Russia
stop them.
lady.
You're a tough lady.
Those terrorists are serious about launching a nuclear weapon? The world cannot stand by idly and allow that to happen, and neither can I. Unfortunately, all I can do from here is provide you with information.
Hopefully that'll be enough. Another soldier here wouldn't make a difference anyway. It's good to work with you, Nastasha.
Same here, Snake.
Snake, you've got to think. Your mind is your most dangerous weapon. If things are getting too complicated, try to simplify your thoughts. You can also try calling Campbell for advice.
Rambo said the same thing. What'd he say? I always thought the mind was the sharpest weapon. Something like that.
You found out where the DARPA chief is. With his nanomachine transmitter, he should show up as a green dot on your radar when you get close. Try to find him.
Save my game for the first time. Inside of a memory card block, a mock
Come
A
on,
mock
Snake,
block.
You can do it.
Because they have to have your game saves actually work and be functional, so they had to emulate the PlayStation 1's memory card 15 blocks that you save to. And this actually takes up some space on that. See, here's what I was trying to go into first person, but the best I could do is just bring up the scope. And I keep pressing that button, L2, hoping that it's gonna put me in first person, but it doesn't. So just have to use this little screen in the top right corner and just have to kind of go in there blindly. Turned around, tried it again, tried to go back into first person, still can't figure it out. Don't ask me why I keep pressing the same button over and over. Don't worry, it's coming up eventually where I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it for you guys now. Even though it's not gonna occur to me until at least another 10 minutes from now. In order to go into first person view mode, you have to press the triangle button. That was the button. There I was trying to see if I can jump over the ledge. And I totally forgot that that's a Metal Gear Solid 2 thing. So that's not part of this game. This door is currently closed at the moment, but you would get the first card soon. Now I'm just trying to make my way to the elevator. Wondering if I should go in guns a-blazing, but it's not a good idea because then the bad guys will just keep coming. You kill these two and they just keep getting replaced endlessly, so it's best not to get caught in this game. Like, man, why is it so hard to make it to this elevator? Well, it certainly wasn't this hard back when I used to play this game 20 years ago. This was easy peasy Japanesey. Lemon squeezy. Now it's difficult. Get up, get my ammo. Open up this door. If you want to open up the door quick, you press the elevator button twice, and that's the secret to having the door open immediately. Because if you press it once, you have to wait for it to actually come down from whatever floor that it's on, I guess the first floor, and it takes a while to open, but that was the trick. You press the button 2 times and it opens immediately.
Look at the radar. It's picking up the DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
Here goes Kirk Lazarus. Is that the Tropic Thunder guy's name? Robert Downing Jr., Kirk Lazarus? Or is Kirk Lazarus from The Simpsons? I don't know. There he goes right there. A dude playing another dude. Let's look at this guy again. Hey in there. Oh, he can't hear me. You got Meryl inside of here.
Snake, if you want to go up or down a ladder, just press the action button by the ladder.
I wanted to take a look at Meryl doing those sit-ups on the bed, but I still never figured out that the first-person view mode button was the triangle button yet at this point in time. So I completely missed that, but as long as you know, you just look down through the grate by pressing the triangle button, and you'll see her sitting on her bed doing sit-ups. That's something that I really liked about this whole series, is all these little Easter eggs of people doing little small things here and there that you can partake in watching if you can happen to catch it.
The DARPA chief's signal is coming from somewhere in that area. Isn't there some place to drop down? Take a look around in first-person view mode.
When he says look around in first-person view mode, that's when I knew that there was 100% of first-person view mode that you could enter into. But still haven't figured out how to do it yet. Here I am pressing buttons, just keep opening up the codec and all that. I'm like, fuck it. Let me just go ahead and jump down. You just go over the grate and press the action button and you go down there.
Who's that?
The DARPA chief got all those bugs on the floor, those maggots next to his bed.
I'm here to
Nasty ass dude.
You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really? It's true. You don't look like one of them. In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
Sweet Jesus.
Is it possible?
Sweet Jesus.
They
Who used to say that?
could launch a nuke.
Luke Cage?
How do they plan to launch? I thought this
Sweet
place was
Christmas.
to dismantle warheads.
He used to
They
say
shouldn't have
sweet
access
something.
to a missile.
What I'm about to tell you is classified information. Okay? We're conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A weapon that will change the world.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
Metal Gear. It can't be.
You knew? Metal
Of course
Gear
he
is one
knew.
of the most secret black projects.
He's the only guy that destroyed it.
We've had a
Destroyed
couple
it
of
twice.
run-ins in the past. So that's the reason you were here
About
at
to
this
be
suspicious
thrice.
site?
Why else would I come to a godforsaken place like this?
The DARPA chief Donald Anderson, he reminds me of the Miles Dyson character from the Terminator 2 movie.
Joint project between Armstech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data and then proceed to mass production.
Oh, they were gonna mass produce some Metal Gears. That's some dangerous shit.
If it hadn't been for the revolution,
Revolution.
It will not be televised.
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex.
Metal Gear Rex. The code name for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping weapons.
Hey! Shut up in there, will ya?
When he sent that guy away, I guess that's Johnny Sasaki. Did Johnny know that this
Nuclear warheads were equipped with
DARPA
safety
chief
measures.
is really Decoy Octopus, or did he not know?
Oh, you mean PAL?
Regardless of whether he did or not, he's gonna get his in just a moment. Well, they both are.
Two different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are two passwords?
Yes, Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker, the president of Armstech.
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But they found out my password.
You talked.
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis.
One of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out Baker's password...
Yes, they'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
What?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by Armstech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that?
Yes. You can stop the launch.
That card.
She has a Foxhound tattoo on her, not necessarily her shoulder, but just below her left shoulder. That's the same place that I have my Foxhound tattoo in. But I have the traditional one. She has kind of like the little laughing fox one.
Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
I have the one with the fox with the knife inside of its mouth.
Second floor basement.
I heard the guards say they moved him to an area that has a lot of electronic jamming.
Any other clues?
Yes, they cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different color? Here, take this. It's my ID card. It'll open any level 1 security door.
As high as this dude is, he only has a level 1 security card.
Your body's own electrical field.
Personal area network, huh?
It transmits.
I mean, it makes sense since he's actually decoy octopus and not the DARPA chief. But if the real DARPA chief had only a level 1 security card,
And the doors.
that guy better be looking out, because he's getting ready to get laid off and replaced soon. He ain't that important if that's all he's worth.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So does the White House plan to give in to the terrorist demands?
That's their problem. It has nothing to do
Look
with
at this
my
guy
orders.
prying,
But what about the Pentagon?
asking all these dumb questions.
What is it?
Hey, what happened?
Dead.
Naomi, the chief. What happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but...
A heart attack? No.
Colonel, are you hiding something from me?
Absolutely not. Snake, you've got to understand. This op is security level red. You need the highest security clearance to get access to the complete file.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you, the Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your support. Snake.
He knows
we
this
don't have
dude
time
is
to
lying.
debate. Get out of there and find President Baker.
This is one of those times I was trying to go into first-person view mode to take a look at all those maggots around the toilet seat. But all I know how to do is just bring up the scope, and you're going to see Meryl walk past the door as well. There's a specific angle that if you're in the deep corner and you look out the door, you could see the light on the end of her gun, of her rifle. But unfortunately, I don't know the right button to press to look at it. But it's momentarily when I find out that it's the triangle button. There we go, right there. Finally got it. There you go. Look at that flashlight. I know you're waiting for me, lady.
Don't move.
She knocked out Sasaki, has him asked
So
up.
you killed the chief, you bastard.
If you play the Japanese version of this game, which I hope
Liquid? No.
is on this integral version that they included here, since these games really seem like they're unchanged. When I played the Japanese integral version on my PlayStation 1 back 15 years ago, instead of Johnny Sasaki being ass up and wearing underwear,
I'm no rookie.
he's ass up, no underwear on, but he has one of those Japanese mosaics like you see inside of the pornography films over his butt.
You talk too much.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
I told you I'm no rookie.
You're not one of them, are you?
Open that door. You've got a card, don't you?
Why?
So we can get the hell out of here.
Looks like we'll be a little delayed.
What are you doing? Don't think. Shoot!
This was fun, getting back into the swing of things, seeing how to shoot again.
Shoot!
Don't talk to me like a rookie.
I'm telling you, shoot!
I remember one of the stipulations for getting the big boss rank was you can only kill so many people, and it's a really small, limited number. So inside of this situation, I think if you killed all of these people, it's way too much. So you would have to fight them and knock them out and leave Meryl up to killing them. Pressed the wrong button at the wrong time and got hit with a grenade. First game over.
Snake, answer me. Snake? Snake!
So I got to do that over again. But let her open up this door again. So as I was saying, you can't really kill any of these guys. But I'm not trying to go for the ranking. I'm just telling you guys. So you would have to fight them, beat them up, flip them over, and leave all the shooting up to Meryl, and she'll kill them all eventually. And to keep the trigger up, you just... Sorry, to keep the laser pointer on, you have to hold the trigger button down, the square button, and it'll stay aimed. And there's a way that you can run with your gun out as well. You have to aim the button first with the square button, and then you press the X button and hold it to run and shoot at the same time. And I didn't do that now, but you'll see me do that later within this video with Revolver Ocelot. And that's how I decimated him so quickly, because I was chasing after him. Look at that. I like the way she moves.
Who are you?
You fool! You've killed him! I'm sorry, sir.
His mental shielding was very strong. I could not dive into his mind.
Now we'll never get that detonation code.
Boss, I have a good idea.
These guys were a bunch of mess ups. Psycho Mantis and Revolver Ocelot. Terrible at torture. Just never get the information, but end up killing everybody. Oh, we're going to talk about him much later. Once we get into that fight. The things operate a little bit differently on PlayStation 5 than they did way back on PlayStation 1.
Naomi, I just
So you're
had
probably
some
going to
kind
be
of
wondering, how do
Is
you
it from the nanomachine
put the
you
controller
used?
inside the second slot to keep him from reading your mind?
So what was it?
There is a way to do that. There's a little switcher by pressing the PlayStation button where you could switch your controller over to slot 2. And I'll reiterate that fact again once I actually make it to the guy. Yeah, like I said, the Japanese version, he has no underwear. He just has a mosaic over his butt, over his naked butt. I think it's the DARPA chief's room where there's a, I think there's a ration underneath the bed. And here's the little computer room with some extra ammo in there. The bathroom has some extra ammo as well. So I use that, get my life back up to max, and then grab that extra ration. Currently there's no bad guys inside of this room, but as soon as you're done with the boss fight, the upcoming boss fight with Revolver Ocelot, then this room is going to start being patrolled. There goes the foot trap that was introduced in the original Metal Gear. Not Metal Gear Solid, but the original Metal Gear back on the MSX, and the Nintendo version had it as well. You go inside of just the rooms that you have access to, and you can stack up on C4. And bullets if you need it. And grenades. And the DARPA chief said you just look for the place on the wall that has been cemented over, but they didn't have enough time to paint over it, and that's that right there. And you put C4 on all of these places and detonate it to get through. So you press square to set the C4 on the wall while pressing the direction that you want to set it in, which for me was down. And you get away from it, and then you press the circle button to detonate it remotely. This time I'm going to set 2 of them at once, and then you just double punch. I think this gun is going to shoot me on my way out. So I got back some of my C4. Then I'm just going to try to make a straight run for the door. End up getting shot. What's this guy's name? Baker. You can see him inside of there. But Revolver Ocelot is hiding off to the side somewhere. I was like, yeah, now's a good time. Let me save my game.
Snake, you can't use your radar in that area. There's some kind of
But he's not gonna get me. Revolver Ocelot, I'm gonna handle him real good.
Be careful.
I'm gonna let you guys see how to handle him too. Accidentally created a new save block there when I meant to rewrite over the old one that I just did.
Careful, Snake.
And that's how you run. You aim first, then you press the X button and hold it, and then you can run and shoot at the same time. And that's my tactic for defeating him as a boss.
Am I too late? He's alive. You're the Arms Tech president, Kenneth Baker, right? Don't worry. I'm here to save you.
No, don't touch it.
C4.
Right. Touch that wire, and the C4 will blow up along with the old man. So you're the one that the boss keeps talking about.
And you?
Special Operations Foxhound. Revolver Ocelot. I've been waiting for you, Solid Snake. Now we'll see if the man can live up to the legend. This is the greatest handgun ever made. The Colt's Single Action Army.
He's been a great villain for this series.
More than enough to kill anything that moves.
Who knew that he would turn out to be the big bad in the very end of the whole continuity. But yeah, he's been a pretty good villain throughout. But I gotta be honest with you, he really sucked here. He runs at the same speed as you, so in order to catch him, he slows down every time he stops to turn around and shoot behind him. And also you can go around, reverse the opposite way and try to catch him. So there we go. You see my maneuver, how I just kept circling around him. Got him good.
You're pretty good. Just what I'd expect from the man with the same code as the boss. It's been a long time since I had such a good fight, but I'm just getting warmed up. What? My hand!
Yeah, the introduction of the cyborg ninjas when it stopped being a military tactical espionage spy story, military action thriller, and started being more like a Japanese animation. And he was just the first of a bunch of weird bad guys.
That exoskeleton.
That took this game completely out of the realm of reality. As if Metal Gear itself was not... Yeah, but you imagine that to make something like Metal Gear is plausible. It's plausible, not that the military would want to or should or would. I mean, it's faster for a tank to roll on the ground than it is for it to walk. So, I mean, why?
I'm not one of them. The DARPA chief told me he gave them his detonation code. What about yours?
Oh, I get it. Jim sent you. You're from the Pentagon.
Answer my question. What about your code? There's no time.
I talked.
What? Now the terrorists have both codes and can launch any time.
It's not like I didn't fight. I managed to resist Psycho Mantis's mind probe.
He couldn't read you? How'd you do it?
Surgical implants in my brain.
Surgical implants?
Kind of like a psychic insulation. Everyone who knows these top secret codes has it.
Even the DARPA chief?
Of course.
But the DARPA chief said Mantis got his code by reading his mind.
Are you sure you heard him right?
Yeah, I'm sure. In that case, how did they get your code?
I never had any training on how to resist torture.
First guy that Ocelot didn't kill.
Like he had some fun with you, all right.
Oh, he's not human. I tell you, he loved every second of it.
What happened to your arm?
He broke it.
Looks like you're more than even now. His was sliced off.
Ha, you're a funny man. So the DARPA chief, is he okay?
Dead.
What? Can't be. No, that's not what you promised, Jim. Now you want to shut me up?
Calm down. What's wrong with you? I just told you I was here to save you. I didn't kill the DARPA chief. He had a heart attack or something.
A heart attack? Oh, don't be a fool.
Anyway, the terrorists have both codes now.
Those boys are totally insane. They wouldn't hesitate to launch.
I agree, but what do they really want?
Oh, who knows? Maybe they're like us in the arms industry, always looking forward to the next good war.
Well, I'm not gonna let these maniacs start a war today. You still have the card keys?
Card keys?
To override the detonation code. I heard you had them.
No, not anymore.
What? Who does then? Not the terrorists?
No, that woman.
Woman? Who?
A soldier that was thrown in prison along with me.
A female soldier, it must be.
She said she had just joined up as a new recruit. They threw her in prison because she refused to take part in the rebellion.
A new recruit? Could that be the Colonel's niece?
I gave her the key. Looks like she managed to break out of here, though. I hope she's okay.
I'm sure she is. She's green, but as tough as they come. But how did you know she escaped?
I was in contact with her by codec. Until I was tied up here, that is.
Codec?
Yes, she stole it from the guard. If she still has it, you should be able to contact her.
I'm sure she still has it. What frequency was she at?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, it's... Oh, sorry. I forgot.
Damn!
Oh, that's right. It should be on the back of the CD case. Try to contact her.
On the back of the CD case, that was a inside reference to if you play this game back in the 90s, late 90s. All games came on disc, obviously, back then. There was no digital downloads. The CD jewel case, you flip it around to the back, and there was a codec screenshot of this game of Snake talking to Meryl on her frequency. So you just copy that code, you plug it into the game, and then you can give her a call. But now that I downloaded digitally, I don't know the code, but obviously you just Google it and you find it out.
But why Metal Gear? The nuclear age ended with the turn of the millennium.
Oh, you're wrong.
But I don't actually call her during this playthrough. Once I go in on my second playthrough, sorry, the continuation of this, then I'll give her a call.
Listen, have you ever seen a warehouse full of nuclear material?
No.
I was talking about this earlier, this stock footage of these nuclear weapons going up. A lot of these videos
So they just closed the lid
the licenses had expired, so Konami had to re-up the license before making this game earlier this year so that they can re-put it out unadulterated and looking the same as it appeared back 20 years ago. 25 years ago, actually.
There's a large and well-organized black market in nuclear materials. Furthermore, since the end of the Cold War, Russian nuclear engineers in particular are out of work with no way to turn. In other words, there's plenty of available nuclear material and scientists for making a bomb. We live in an age when any small country can have a nuclear weapons program.
What about the other superpowers?
Russia and China still maintain a significant nuclear presence. Complete nuclear disarmament is an impossibility. To maintain our own policy of deterrence, we need a weapon of overwhelming power.
You mean Metal Gear?
Yes. You know our industry suffered quite a blow as a result of the cuts in military budgets due to this so-called peace.
I remember hearing a lot about mergers and takeovers among the big weapons makers.
Yes, and after my company lost their bid to produce the Air Force's next line of fighter jet, the Metal Gear system was our last ace in the hole. That's why we pushed to have Metal Gear developed as a black project.
Black project?
Secret projects paid for by the Pentagon's black budget. You can avoid a lot of red tape and get a great lead time on your weapons production. And no one can bother you. Not even those bleeding heart liberals on the Military Oversight Committee.
Bribes.
I prefer to think of it as good business.
A lot of political drama inside of this game. I like it.
Adopted after the results of this exercise were analyzed.
I don't give a crap about you and your company.
Yes, that's about what I'd expect from a grunt like you. Here, this is what you came for, right?
What's that?
An optical disc.
This is called a Mo optical data disc, and this thing was only popular inside of Japan. They used to sell music on it. The Japanese people thought that this little small disc with the CD inside of the plastic container, they thought this was going to be the next CD. And it only caught on in Japan, but the United States never adopted it, so it failed before it really got started. But Japan issued a lot of their Japanese music CDs on it. It's called the MO or Mo optical data disc. It was like half the size of a CD. It was a CD encased in a plastic enclosure, so you couldn't scratch it like you could a CD by accident. That was the good thing about it, and it was a nice portable size.
You should ask Dr. Naomi Hunter from Foxhound. She knows better than I.
Naomi?
You've got to stop them. If it goes public, my company and I are finished.
What? Doesn't Metal Gear use currently existing technology?
Metal Gear itself does, but... What did you do to me? Oh, no. Oh, no, it can't be. Those Pentagon bastards. So, they actually went and did it.
What are you talking about?
They're just using you for...
Using him as an assassin to kill all their enemies unknowingly. But yes.
What the hell?
Colonel, are you listening? Now he's dead too.
I have no idea.
Don't lie to me.
It looked like another heart attack, but...
Some kind of poison?
Well, there are lots of drugs that can cause a heart attack.
Yeah, she knows what it is.
For example, potassium chloride or dioxides, but we won't be able to tell without doing an autopsy.
Damn.
Snake, I want you and Meryl to work together.
Can I trust her?
More than you can trust me. Get in contact with her.
Snake, there's a lot of electrical interference coming from there. It should be okay if you do burst transmission like us, but normal transmission is probably impossible. Try moving away from that area.
Snake, get a hold of yourself.
Naomi, what the hell was that ninja thing? A member of Foxhound?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, we have no one like that in our unit.
Is that right?
Snake, I'm counting on you.
Alright, so we got about a minute left. I got a trophy for beating Revolver Ocelot. Got about a minute left, and it's about time for me to wrap up this part. I think it's a good time for me to save it and turn it off. And we'll pick up again in the next video. And again, like I said before, there's going to be the non-commentary version if you just want to listen to the story uninterrupted without me talking over everybody. And then there will be my commentary version, just like how you experienced for the past hour.
I wonder what it is. Anyway, be careful.
And here I am saving over my first save. I didn't mean to create that new save file. That second save file. It was a mistake.
Be careful, Snake.
So when we pick up again, I'm going to raid the armory. And we're going to go fight the tank and the ninja. And do a few more other things. Anyways, I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video. And I will see you guys in the next one.